The Sluggabirds didn't, as they were swept on the road. Looking ahead to the basketball transfer portal, and spring football returns after a 12-day hiatus. Welcome to the Green Wave Report from on Tulane. I'm Doug Joubert. The Green Wave Report is a weekly rundown of stories we put together, analysis of what went on and what you can expect later in the week from on Tulane, part of the Sports Illustrated Network. Now, if you like what we produce each week, we'd appreciate it if you'd like our stories and subscribe to our YouTube channel. It helps us in knowing what you like and what you don't. We begin in Birmingham, where the Tulane baseball team was swept by Alabama Birmingham in an American Conference Series. A combination of a lack of hitting on the Green Wave's part, injuries piling up between position players and the mound, and timely hitting on the part of UAB against Tulane pitchers added up to a 3-game sweep by the Blazers. The Tulane bullpen did a yeoman's share of work this weekend as the Wave paraded 4 pitchers to the mound on Friday, 5 on Saturday, 4 more on Sunday. For a team that's hurting for arms due to injuries, that puts a lot of pressure on an already short-armed staff. Friday starter Trey Sahajic gave up 10 hits and 8 runs over 4 2/3 innings. Saturday starter Jack Frankel didn't make the trip because of discomfort and soreness, so the already taxed bullpen had to move up a day and hope they could make it further along. We're not making excuses, just given the reality of the pitching situation. There's no doubt Friday starter Sahajic is not where Jay Elman wants him to be, and that he'd like to get some length out of his starters. However, for us, the big question is the lack of hitting at important junctures of the game by the Green Wave. This year's squad was never going to be a hitting at over the fences kind of team on a regular basis, but getting 4 hits in Saturday's loss, combined with the 2 hits Tulane had going into Friday night's 9th inning, and the result will be pretty consistent, a loss. Coach Jay Elman told us this weekend he feels his team is pressing at times and that they're hurting after Sunday's walk-off home run victory by UAB. Though the Green Wave is back home Tuesday for their lone midweek game against Nichols, Green Wave's back on the road this weekend to face Wichita State, who's tied with UTSA and Alabama Birmingham for the top of the American. After a 12-day hiatus for spring break, the Tulane football team back on the field Tuesday for day 7 of their 18-practice schedule of spring football. The last time we saw the Wave was at their first scrimmage of spring, Saturday, March 19th, which we reviewed here. Will Hall's troops will be working Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday for the next 3 weeks, and they're aiming for the final spring scrimmage. That's going to be Saturday, April 18th, Yelman Stadium, 9 a.m. We'll be at every practice to give you the inside scoop of what went on and reaction for coaches and players, and report back to you each day of practice at 4 p.m. with both analysis and interviews. Ron Hunter's NCAA committee must have gotten it right for the group, because the 2-week basketball transfer portal has now the day after the Final Four. The women's fortnight of activity begins April 6th and rolls through April 20th. The men will be April 7th all the way through April 21st. There is an exception. If a head coach leaves, players have a special 15-day window to enter the portal after the coach departs or is hired away. Though we have not seen or heard of any official portal announcements for Tulane athletes, there are rumblings that men's star guard Rowan Brumbaugh will be testing the transfer waters in a week, and we can't blame him. What should Tulane do? For the men, try your damnedest to keep Brumbaugh. If not, find some help. First on the inside, someone big and athletic, maybe a couple. And while you're at it, get the best shooting guard forward that you can find who would like to maybe try New Orleans cuisine and Mardi Gras. For the women, athletic inside players are the key, along with ball handlers who will not give up the ball as much as they did this past year. We'll be reporting on each of the Tulane teams beginning next week. We hope you've enjoyed this edition of the Green Wave Report from on Tulane. Tuesday, the Green Wave football team returns from spring break for its final 12 practices, and we'll be covering that for you and bringing you a special edition of the Green Wave Report on Tuesday. We hope you'll join us at 4 p.m. tomorrow. In the meantime, please subscribe and comment as much as you want. I'm Doug Joubert. We'll see you tomorrow at 4.